thanks for joining me today. This is Danny and welcome back to my FTB Infinity series. Today we are going to be playing around a little bit with dimensions and hopefully do a little bit of building. What I'm planning on doing is building, I want to build kind of a like fantasy-like build in a RFTools dimension that has kind of a fantasy-like landscape. So, which is very different than what I usually do. I mean, my builds are usually somewhat realistic-like. Before I start that, I have a ton of RFTools dimension. In fact, if we go into my chat, we'll see that I ran this command, the RFTools or RFTDim space list, and that gives us a list of all of our current RFTools dimensions. And actually, it starts right here because that was from the last time I ran it. But it shows us all the dimensions. Actually, it shows us the vanilla dimensions. It doesn't show us Mistcraft dimensions though, but it does show us these are all our RFTools dimensions. I actually deleted one already, but my save file for this world is really freaking huge, and I would like to get rid of dimensions that I'm not using, you know, mistakes and stuff like that, things that didn't work out the way I wanted them to. So I'm just going to do a couple of them on camera just so that you can kind of see what the process is. And it's actually pretty easy, but right now, and okay, so this thing is also showing us how much power is in the dimensions. And the next one I was going to check was number 10, which has 0 power in it at all. So I made a phased field generator. This will give us temporary protection while visiting an unpowered dimension. Use at your own risk, because otherwise if you go into an unpowered RFTools dimension, you may already know you're going to die. But if we have this thing, it's going to use that power and allow us to walk around a dead dimension, which is actually kind of cool. So we want to, I'm just going to do a dial once, and you can see it's red, telling us, hey, there ain't no power in that dimension, this is dangerous, probably don't want to go in there, but we're going to. I don't know what we're going to find in that dimension, but since the dimension is dead, because I don't remember, I didn't have it labeled or anything, so since the dimension is dead, it should be fine, but I just want to go in here just to make sure that I do indeed want to get rid of this dimension. Okay, so it looks like it looks like this was an attempt. Oh, I had mining fatigue. Oh, okay. There's a lot of fire in this dimension. I have a feeling we were getting some meteors or something crazy around here. And that's probably why I decided not to use this dimension. And it's dark because there's no power, so that's what that's all about. There's actually also a command. Now if you take the dimension tab and shift right click on it, it'll show you all the attributes of a dimension. In this case, we don't have the dimension tab. Oh, and we do need to keep an eye on our power here. If we run out of power, we die. However, we do have this draconic flux capacitor, which holds 1.5 billion RF, so we're probably going to be fine. But you can see it's eating through RF pretty quickly. Wait, let's look at that again. Those numbers that are going down those would be thousands. So we can do, now this is a cheat, because there is a way in-game to do this, but we have no access to that game. And since I'm doing like kind of maintenance right now, I think we're okay. You can see I am getting some nasty effects. I got hunger just for a little bit there. I'm getting mining fatigue every once in a while. So RFTDim info. And that should give us the same information that we would get if we right-clicked on the dimension tab. So yeah, I was trying to do a paradise here. Oh, okay. This is the one that had the ghasts. And since the dimension is dead, there's no ghasts here right now. That's why I didn't want this dimension. And that's why there's fire everywhere. Because it randomly, oh look at that, it randomly spawned ghasts, or it randomly added the ghast spawning and snowman spawning. As you can see, there's a bunch of snow here. And so I decided I didn't want this dimension because, man, there were so many freaking ghasts, you could not do anything. Now here's a bunch of snowmen. Oh, they're actually moving. Oh, because I'm right by them. Because the dimension is dead, so any mobs in the dimension are basically frozen in time, unless I go by them, and the power of our phased field generator will actually cause them to come back to life. So if I go back here, we'll see that snowman will stop moving. But if we go over here, These guys will start moving around. That's funny. I'm just gonna pick this guy up. This matter receiver. We may as well keep that. That's worth something. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't stack them because they have different amounts of power in them. And then we're just gonna head back, and we will never ever be able to come back here again because we've removed that. This is really an interesting dimension, but because of the gas, it's pretty much worthless to us. So we'll head back. So we're back home, and if we check back in our chat, we'll see we just visited dimension number 10 that had no power, and we can do RFTDim SAFEDI or DEL. That's safe delete, and then we give it the dimension ID. The dimension ID was 10. And of course, once you do this, there's no turning back. There's no trash can. It's just gone. So, boom. And you can see it says dimension deleted and dimension folder successfully wiped. Now, if you've ever done this in the past, you may remember that you used to have to go into your save folder and delete the dimension after you ran this command, but that is no longer the case. It now deletes the dimension for you. So it no longer exists. If we go into our dialing device, it's no longer there, and it's gone. Now, if we did have a dimension tab for it, we would probably want to get rid of the dimension tab. Otherwise, it'll just rebuild the dimension if we stick that back in the dimension builder. I did that with the last one I deleted. This is the second dimension that I've deleted now. But basically, that's what I'm going to do for a little while. I'm going to go through and I'm going to visit all of my dimensions that that were failed dimensions, like these almost paradise, blah blah blah. Basically, the ones that I'm not using anymore. I think I'm only using like 3 dimensions. My dimension list is getting smaller. Another thing you can do, just to make this a little easier, is I have dimension ID number 6 doesn't have a name. If you forget to give a dimension a name, all you have to do is put it back in your dimension inscriber, extract it so that it pulls all of your dimlets out, give it a name. In this case, dimension 6. I forgot what dimension 6 was already. Oh, that's my query world. Okay. Oh, I already did this. And then store it again. It'll take those same dimlets, and anytime you have the same collection of dimlets in a realized dimension tab, it will point to the same dimension. You can see it's still ID number 6. I'm actually going to put that up there because we don't need that right now. But there was another dimension. Oh, see now, so now if I run the list again, we can see it says query. So it just makes it a little easier to see what these things are. Alright, I've got a dimension in the works. I have a whole bunch of biomes up here. I'm using the filtered controller dimlet. The controllers are basically what determine what biomes will be included. And the filtered dimlet, the way this one works is it tries to do like just the standard world gen, but it will only include the biomes that you include in here. So I'm trying to build like kind of a fantasy paradise sort of thing. So I've got tropics, tropical rainforest, magical forest, cherry blossom, bamboo forest, ominous woods, just so that we have a little bit of, you know, maybe not so paradisey stuff in there. Mystic grove, rainforest, mushroom island, jungle hills, jungle edge, orchard. So some of these biomes we might not even be able to find because if they're rare, it isn't necessarily going to always produce all these biomes. It's just going to not produce any biomes that we don't include. So then we have a structure none, so that we don't end up with any like caves or strongholds or nether fortresses, which sometimes does happen. And then we have a large planet in the sky. We also have a large moon and a large sun. We're gonna have a cyan-colored sky. We'll see if I like that or not. And no dimlet buildings, because we don't really need those, and you know, we don't want those scattered all over our terrain. And then the terrain is going to be a chaotic, so that's going to kind of give it the fantasy feel. And then we have our default material and our liquid water. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to cook up this dimension. What is this one? Oh, that's our magical forest. And then we'll see, let's see, creation cost 52.66, 130 hour per tick. That's not too bad. What? I think somebody's at the door. Oh, it's
Why
Slender.
does that look like a robot?
Hey, Slender TT.
Why does that look like a Rubik's Cube?
Are you gonna come check out my fantasy dimension with me?
Your fan? Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go check it out. Before we go there, let's just grab this thing. We're gonna shift right click so that we can get all the information about it.
What's with all these freaking Rubik's Cubes?
Oh, I forgot to do. Okay, this dimension isn't gonna work for us. I'm gonna have to do another one.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Safe Del 5. Okay. So now if we look at this, okay, so whatever. So we're gonna put this in here. We're going to extract everything, and what I forgot to put in here was the default mobs. I could have swore I did, but I guess not. So, and that's a craftable one, I think.
How come this portal looks different?
Mob default dimlet. There we go. I did make this. Oh, but I didn't put it in. Whoops. I have 4 dimlets that I forgot to put in. So we have time normal, mob default. That's the one that will make sure that we don't get. Because what happens is when you get extra mobs in an RFTools dimension like this, you get tons of them. So this thing is just going to be crawling in slimes and blitzes. Actually, that might not have been. No, we got plenty of slime. We don't have to worry about that. But anyway, here we go. Oh, this one costs quite a bit more. It's 310 per tick, but that's okay. We can handle it. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready to check out this dimension?
I want to go first.
All right, you go first. Just make sure you're prepared to come back. Do you have a way to come back? Yeah, you have a charge porter. Coming right after you.
Oh, God dang it.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa!
Oh, it's dark. And the sun is out.
And it's...
And all the bodies, all the celestial bodies are in the middle of the sky. We've got a planet, a big moon, and a big sun, but somehow it's still dark. That stinks.
And it has dirt.
But careful, this is a void kind of world with islands and such.
Wait, what? Well, I can fly. Well, how can you fly so quick? Whoa, this is like...
There's no grass. Why is there no grass? What is this? This is an ocean biome. Okay, I guess we don't want ocean. What is this? A magical forest?
Watch this. I'm gonna kill this creeper and skeleton.
Magical forest.
I got a frog hat.
Frog hat. Oh. What is this? The leaves are decaying. Cherry. Oh, this is the cherry blossom.
There
grove.
was a creeper jockey.
I don't know why we don't have grass. It's all dirt. Alright, so this is definitely not the dimension I want. We'll have to head back and make a new one.
There's a skeleton with full golden armor.
Why am I not getting grass?
Can you set time to night? Whoa, what's that? Like, above the sun.
Ooh, I love that color. The sky color. That's cool. Above the sun?
Yeah, there's like a little blue thing above the sun.
A little blue thing?
Whoa!
Whoa, the sun just jumped. What the heck? That was weird. That happened to you too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the grass. Why am I not getting grass?
Oh, there's a bunch of coven witches over here. What's with all the coven witch?
Where? I don't know where you went.
Oh, dude, coven witch.
This is a magic.
Oh! The coven witch almost fell to her death.
This is a magical forest. It's It's weird that we're getting so many magical forests.
What the heck? Oh, look at this creeper! He's got a skater hat on.
A skater hat? Oh, there was a planet behind the sun. Maybe that's what you were seeing. It's taken me quite a while to get here, but I think I finally found a dimension that I want to play around in. I ran into all kinds of problems with RFTools dimensions using most of the like special terrains like islands and chaotic terrains and island and what else? The plateaus where there was no grass. It was all dirt. And yeah, I was playing around for a while with that, and I made a whole bunch of different dimensions, and I tried planting grass to see if that would work, but it would have just taken so long. And anyway, this is a nearlands terrain, which is basically just like a amplified terrain, except that it's not amplified near spawn. As you can see, there's one little island down there that's not amplified, and it seems like it's a little bit less amplified than if I do like an actual amplified world. And I did a couple of those. In fact, I got one that I really, really liked, and I thought it would be perfect, but it lagged so bad on my computer. I actually tried to plant a redwood tree here. It's not the Natura one, it's just the Biomes of Plenty one. What I'm planning on doing is a treehouse build, and I think what I'm thinking is actually having it span between these two trees, having like a little bridge going across here. It's not going to be anything really fancy. At least I'm going to start out with kind of a quick build, and then over time I'm just going to kind of add stuff to it and make it look a little bit more fun and interesting. But for today, because I've already spent so much time just screwing around with the dimensions, here's the specs on this world. I've got the terrain is nearlands, base block stone, base fluid is water. I just used default for the base block. I actually used water for the base fluid because it's cheaper. It costs less RF than default fluid, which ends up being water anyway. So our biomes, we're using the filtered controller with redwood forest, ocean, tropics, magical forest, and ominous woods. So far the only thing I've seen is the magical forest and the redwood forest. We have feature no dimly buildings so that we don't have dimly buildings all over our landscape. Structure none, so there's no there's no structures at all, like no mine shafts or villages or anything like that. Villages might, well, whatever. We're not going to be traveling around this world much. It's not really going to be an exploration place, although we could, but it's probably going to be a laggy world to explore in. So if we stay in this area, it shouldn't be too laggy. I've got sun brightness is default, but the star brightness is 1.5. So you might notice that it's a little bit brighter out at night here. I mean, we've got light coming from our magnum torch, but if we look over here, we can kind of see it's a little bit brighter. And we've got a regular sun, we've got a large planet in the sky, which we just saw set. We've got a large moon, which is currently setting. And we have a fog color and a sky color of 0.211. That happens to be cyan. Okay, so apparently to grow the sky, we just need a 9x9 clearing and only one sapling. Oh, look at that. Okay. Easy enough. Okay, here we go. This is my first ever... Oh. This is my first ever treehouse. We'll see how this goes. I've got a couple of platforms to start with. I've got one here, one there, and they're all at different levels. I'm going to have like stairs and a spiral going out here to this top platform. And then I've got one way over here. And we're going to be connecting that to there. So now I have to decide how I want to build these. Like what kind of building style do I want to do here? I'd like to make it look a little bit more detailed and interesting, because it's a little plain. But I'm going to be okay with that for now, and maybe we'll add some details in the future, just because, like I said, this is taking a long time. And, you know, I don't want it to take several weeks before I get this video out to you. But now I'm going to build a bridge from here to here, but I have a little problem in that it's on an angle. And what I wanted to do was to try to build something that looks kind of like a rope bridge. That, you know, like use micro blocks to have it really thin, and then have it kind of go down, step downward toward the center, and then back up, you know, kind of like that. But to do that on an angle would be really difficult. I can't even begin to imagine how I would do that. So I'm thinking maybe somehow I'm going to extend this out in this direction so that I can have it come straight, or maybe even straight from here. I'll have like a little deck. Have a little deck over here, and then maybe have it come across here. Oh, that's kind of far out. Because there's got to be some kind of support on either end to make it look realistic. If we do something a little bit silly here and have this, have like a big branch coming out in this direction, and then maybe have it kind of go up. And then, I don't even have any dirt. Just gonna grab a piece of dirt. And try to get my hands on a sapling. Oh, come on, really? Okay. There we go. Wow. Craziness. We'll see how this looks. I don't know. Come on. We can do it. I know you can grow here. There we go. Sure. Sure, why not? That'll work. It looks a little like fantasy-ish, but yeah, let's do that. And then and then we'll have like a little platform over here, just right on the top. Have like a couple at this level. And then just, oh, that's quite a jump though. There we go. So that's that's the railing. Well, from far away it kind of looks like a rope bridge. From close up, a little bit less so, but it looks alright. I'm gonna stick with it. Cool. It's fun to walk across. And you have a nice view. Yeah, I like it. And of course, if this were an adventure movie, it would break just as you're reaching the end. And your companions would all be standing at the end holding out their hands. Hurry up, hurry up! So this is my final platform, and it's kind of a gazebo-like thing. It's open and simple and basic. And then there's a little a little passageway through here to get to this little platform that goes to our little wobbly bridge. And into this little building. And then over here, I probably should have railings here too. And this is kind of the main building, I suppose. It's the biggest one. It's actually, it might be the same as that one. I'm not sure. And then we have this platform. And then of course we have the tower going up to the top. That makes you dizzy. Also makes you lag a little bit for whatever reason. Every time I come up here, it starts lagging if I stay up here for too long. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, that was weird. So that's it. That's my little treehouse build. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do have any ideas or questions or comments or whatever, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to click the like button. And to join me next time. Thanks for watching.